Heat calculations. Q is MC delta T. Q is heat. M is the mass. C is the heat capacity. Or specific heat. And then delta T is the change in temperature. T final minus T initial. So now we just have to figure out which ones we need and which ones we have in the equation. So we have 50 grams, so that is the mass. We have temperature of 2255, so that's the 20 is the initial, 55 is the final. So it's 55 minus 20, which gives us, can't do the math, 35. Use a calculator. Degrees Celsius, that is our delta T. And here we have the specific heat. So now we have all of our things, and we need to write the equation. So we're looking for how much heat. So we're just looking for the plain equation. Q is mc delta T. M is right there. It's 50 grams. C is the heat capacity or specific heat, which is 0.215 calories per grams degrees C. And the delta T, which is final minus initial, which is 55 minus 20, which is 35 degrees C. So the units, so you can see the grams cancel, the C's cancel, and we're left with calories, which is the unit of heat. So out comes the calculator to do the math. So we have 50 times 0.215 times 35 gives us 376.25, but I'm just rounding. And the heat is in calories, so that's CAL. So 376 calories. That is the answer. The next one, same thing. We have, oh no, we're given calories. So now we got to figure out what is the mass. What's the mass? So now we have to find the M, which means we have to use our algebra first. So if we have Q equals mc delta T, we need to find the M. So we need to get rid of the C delta T. So the way we do that is we divide both sides by the C delta T. These cancel, and we're left with M equals, and I'll rewrite it over here, Q divided by C delta T. So now we have to solve for M, which is what we're looking for. Q, C, delta T. So now let's put in our numbers. We got Q, that's the 200 calories. Aluminum from 15 to 30, so that's initial, final. So 30 minus 15 gives us 15 degrees C. So that goes down here on the delta T, 15 degrees C. And we need the C, which is the heat capacity, which is the specific heat is given to us right over there, 0.215 calories per gram degrees C. Notice units, cancel, 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 cancel. We're left with G's divided by 1, which is really a G. So G is going to be our units at the end. And to find the numbers, we take out our calculator and we push the buttons. So we got 200 divided by the 0.215, and then divide that by 15. And we get 62.01, rounded off, grams. So that's our unit. Next question, we have our equation, Q equals mc delta T. Let's see if we need it as is. Here's the Q. How is the energy? Here's the grams, that's the mass. This is the Q. Here's the change in temperature from 20 to 50, which is final minus initial. 50 minus 20 gives us 30 degrees C. That is our delta T. So we have our letters, and we're looking for the specific heat. So, okay, so we have our equation. We're going to solve for the specific heat, which is C. So, algebra time. We get rid of the m and the delta T by dividing both sides by m delta T. So now we have C equals Q divided by m delta T. So that is the equation we're going to use. C equals Q divided by m delta T. And here we have all of our letters. So here's Q, 900 calories. M, there it is, 250 grams. Here's our delta T right there. So delta T is 30 degrees C. So now we take our little buttons and we push the buttons in our calculator. Or my calculator ran off there. There we go. So let's push some buttons. So we have 900 divided by 250 divided by 30 gives us 0.12. And let's look at the units. No units cancel, so these are the units. Cals divided by G's divided by degrees C. And if you looked at the previous problem, you'll see that the units are correct. So if the units are good, that's really going to give us a good hint that the answer is going to be close or good. So that's how you do it. The hard part here is solving the algebra prior to doing the calculations. So you got Q is mc delta T. That's the formula you got. And then you just move the variables around, do some algebra. This is where algebra comes in handy. And you figure out what it is that you're looking for, and then you solve, and you push buttons in the calculator, and then you're done. Yay!